Hello, I'd like to welcome you to another one of our counselor trainings. This counselor training is on our 6 targets, and the idea of the target originated about 3 years ago. I was reading a book and it was talking about when you don't give people targets, they tend to assume targets. And we are looking at counselors and their role at camp, and we give them, rules about what campers are supposed to do, and what the camp rules, and that we give them ideas about how to solve conflict and to work with the campers in conflict. And we realize it's very easy for a counselor to think, okay, so my role is to solve conflicts and to make sure the campers follow the rules. And we decided we need to share more with the counselors, give them a really clear target, so that at the end of the week they know I had a great week. I achieved my goal with my campers, or I didn't. And so we came up with 6 targets. The first target is to discover why and what your camper enjoys. What are the things that they enjoy about camp? What are the things that they're excited about? Some campers are excited about animals, and they love holding the snakes, and they love playing with the rabbits and going down to the petting zoo. And then other campers, they're really, really excited about basketball or sports. And when you're able to understand what excites them, then you can engage with them in those activities. So you have a camper that loves animals. Lunchtime's over, you're going to say, hey, do you want to go over and hold a hamster? And the camper's like, oh yeah, I'd love to go hold the hamster. And so you go off and hold the hamster, and you guys connect around the hamster. And while they're excited and playing with the hamster, you can talk with them, and you can have a lot more opportunities to build relationships.
Hey girls, it's time to go ride horses. Let's go! Oh yeah. So, what is your favorite thing to do? I like dance. You like to dance? That's a lot of fun. What about you, Sybil? Oh! I like horses. Yeah? Yeah. Horses are awesome. What do you like about horses?
They're big.
That they're big?
Yeah.
They're like powerful.
Right. Ooh, yeah.
What about you, Katie? What do you like about dancing? It's just fun. You're gonna go crazy. Yeah? What's your favorite thing to dance?
Or dance.
Hip hop. Hip hop? Ooh.
Our second target is just learning what are their heroes, who are the people they look up to, who are the people that they want to emulate. And this is really helpful because it gives you a framework where you can start talking about their values and what's important to them, and maybe help them think through, maybe that person isn't the best role model, or maybe that person is, and you can highlight some of the good qualities that person has, determination, hard work, those kind of qualities. But it'll help them start thinking through who they want to be, but it'll also give you a reference for how to connect with them and places where you can talk about deeper issues.
You want to tell me who your favorite person is, or who your hero is in your life? I like Anna. You like Anna? She's awesome. You look sort of like her. Oh, thank you. What about you, Sybil?
I like Sandra Bullock.
Really?
Yeah.
She's a cool girl. What do you like about Sandra Bullock?
She does a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, what does she do that makes you feel like, whoa, she is so cool?
She does a lot of...
you want to be like her? Or...
She does a lot of fighting and action in her movies.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. What about you, Katie? What do you think is really cool about Anna, or something that you would like to do that she does? I don't know. She's just cool. She's cool. Do you like it when she goes and tries to help her sister? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's fun. Well, that's really cool. One of my favorite people is...
Our next target is, grab my clicker here, sharing your journey with God. This is really just you sharing your story. sharing how you came to know Christ, sharing your experiences of, praying for somebody and God answering a prayer, or maybe praying for somebody and God didn't answer the prayer. You learn to trust God in spite of it. But these you sharing your story kind of gives them a connection with, oh, God is not just way out there, some nice, cute idea, but He actually does relate to us and He does work in our lives. And it starts to engage them into thinking, well, I wonder how God works in my life.
Renata?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, would you like me to tell you a story? So you can, listen to it and fall asleep that way. Sure. Alright. I'm going to tell you a story about how I learned about God. So, long time ago, when I was...
And I do want to say, in the life story thing, it's really important that you don't just share all the good stuff. Because believe it or not, the campers connect a lot more with people who have had sorrow and heartache than they do with people whose lives have just been perfect. When you share about, my grandma died, I was really sad, and I really struggle with that. They connect with that a whole lot more than, I was on a basketball team and we won the national championship. They don't connect with that because that's not their story. Their story is very different. And so the more you can think about how to share some of the harder parts of your life story, the more you'll connect with your campers. The next target would be to find out what their story is. Usually I'll start this with, so who do you live with? Or have you lived there your whole life? And you start asking questions around that. How many brothers and sisters do you have? And it's neat because the more interest you show and the more open your questions can be. They say, well, I don't get along well with my brother. You can say, well, tell me more about that. They say, well, he's always, and go on and you engage them in the question versus, do you like your brother? No. Yes. Those are yes or no questions that add a lot of opportunity to continue the conversation. Whereas when you ask more of an open-ended question of, tell me about your mom, or tell me about your dad, and it engages them more. And the neat thing is, as you start to understand their story, you'll start to see how the way they relate to other campers and just the different things that they do in life, there's a story behind why. There's a story behind how they relate to people. I have one camper. She comes to camp. She has a really, really sad story. She had a twin sister who died in a fire. Her mom was a prostitute. She's traveled a lot through a lot of different foster homes. And so when she's at camp, she's a very sad camper. And, understanding the backstory gives a lot more compassion for her. And it gives us some ideas about how to engage and how to relate to her and draw her out.
Oh, hey, Katie. You doing okay? I'm just sad. Mm-hmm. You want to go out on the porch and have a little talk? I guess. Okay. So what you thinking about? I don't know. What's making you sad? Are you missing someone at home? Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of hard being away, isn't it? Mhm. Yeah. Do you have any brothers and sisters? Yep. How many? One sister and two brothers. Oh, that's cool. Are you the oldest or in the middle, youngest? I'm in the middle. I have one older sister, one older brother, and I have two little twin brother and sister. That's cool. Is your mom back home or is who's staying with you? Usually, my grandma usually watches us, but because my mom has to work her shift for work,
She has to be gone all night.
So is it hard having your mom work all the time?
Yeah, she has to work a lot.
Oh, I bet.
The only day she has off is Sunday, and then it's just usually she sleeps most of the day because she's just tired.
Yeah. Do you get to see your dad a lot?
No,
No.
he's in prison.
Yeah. You want to share about that?
Sure. It was really scary when he went because my mommy just called and said on the phone because we were.
Then the next one is just talking to them about their journey with God. So, tell me about your journey with God. Do you pray? Do you think God's out there? Do you think God cares about you? And you get them to start thinking about their own journey with God. And then the last target is sharing the gospel individually with the camper. And by the time we get to this one, a lot of trust has been built with the camper. And you're more than just a person who wants to shove something down their throat, but you're somebody who's able to grapple with some of the harder questions of, if God's good, why does bad things happen to me? Or why does you're able to embrace all of their deeper questions. And so the gospel suddenly becomes a lot more relevant. And you can engage them in the gospel with a lot of that as well. And we'll be talking later about the gospel and how to share the gospel. But the goal during the week then becomes, as I go through the week, I'm going to be thinking about, okay, right now I'm right here. I know what the camper enjoys. I know what who their hero is, and I got a little bit of their story. So now I'm ready to start thinking about, God, can you provide an opportunity for me to share the gospel with my camper? Now, later on, we're also going to be talking a little bit about discipling campers, because some of our campers, they've already come to trust Christ. And so their journey with God might be, well, last year I got baptized, but I'm feeling like there's still something missing. And that being able to ask that question enables you to start talking about some of the other things in discipleship, about repentance, about giving, about loving others, and start moving them along in their faith with Christ. So those are the 6 targets. I'm going to go over them one more time. First one is discover why and what are the things that they enjoy at camp. The next one is just learning about who their hero is. Who are the people that they look up to? The next one is sharing your journey with God, kind of just your life story. The next one is find out their journey with God. And then, of course, the last one is sharing the gospel with your campers. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you in the next session.